I honestly have no words. I have no words for what I just watched today in Jordan-Hare Stadium. I got nothing. Like, now listen, New Mexico State, to any fan out there that's a New Mexico State fan who happens to wander onto my channel, let me say this. Congratulations. Your team showed up and slapped us back to reality. You got a hell of a football team. You're going to go play for a conference championship. You're playing for a Conference USA championship in a couple weeks against Liberty. Good for you. That's good. I'm actually impressed. I really am. I had no clue until the game that New Mexico State was playing for a conference title game. Good for y'all. I mean, I remember for years you guys were bottom feeders, and now you are beating SEC teams. That's your first win against an SEC. Yep, that's another piece of history Auburn will add to college football that has us on the losing end. Let me just say this, though. I'm not going to rage or scream. Like, for years on this YouTube channel, if Auburn would have lost a big game, something like that, I would be, having a little tantrum or all this. But let me say this. I get it. Hugh Freeze is in year one. But you can't. Not only you cannot let New Mexico State come in and not only beat you, you can't allow New Mexico State to come into your house to an SEC school and absolutely beat the shit out of us. They beat us 31-10. 31-10. They put a boot straight up our ass and twisted it sideways. In the immortal words of The Rock, they turned that sumbitch sideways and stuck it straight up our ass. I knew this team was going to struggle like hell this year, but never in my wildest dreams did I think they'd lose to a team like New Mexico State. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd ever live to see such a performance like this. I'm stuttering so much I can't even speak. Peyton Thorne, fucking useless. The quarterback play, fucking useless. Offensive line, I've said for years, has been fucking useless. The coaching staff, fucking useless. Especially Chip Montgomery. Chip Montgomery, you got a few days left before the Iron Bowl to fix your shit and get things right before the Iron Bowl. I have never in my life seen such a horrible performance that Auburn had today. This is the worst performance I think I've seen them had since the Jacksonville State game a couple years ago. Difference was, we won. And then they went on to play for a national championship, JSU did. But still, even though New Mexico State now has 9 wins, you can't tell me that you can allow this sort of shit to happen to your team, especially on a day when parents would pay for $100 for 3 tickets to bring their kids to a game. This was a game that kids expect Auburn to win, and by God, they failed big time. This was supposed to be a warm-up game for Alabama. We came out and played like we were playing against a high school team. That's pretty much what you can call Auburn now, a Division III high school football team. I've been wanting for years for this team to at least improve, to be better than that. But with bullshit coaching hires that we've had over the past couple of years, bullshit athletic director hirings over the past couple of years, that's not going to get the job done. I just don't understand why one athletic football program can't get decent hires for one job on the football team. Offensive coordinator job has been a struggle for years. The head coaching job has been a struggle for years. Now, let me say this about Hugh Freeze. I mean, I like the guy, but think about it. Last year, he gets beat by this very same New Mexico State team. Went into Lynchburg, Virginia, or wherever they played at, and beat the living shit out of Liberty. This same New Mexico State team just came to Auburn today and beat Hugh Freeze again. This was New Mexico State's first win against an SEC program. In fact, their first win against a Power 5 team. I have had it. I have had it with waiting. I've waited since after the 2014 Texas A&M game. Even after the SEC championship game against Georgia a couple years ago. I've waited for a decent Auburn team to come out and compete for an SEC championship. We have not had a decent Auburn team since that 2017 season. 2019 was a different story. And that team beat Alabama, which is a good year for us, no matter what record you have. But after today, I don't know when we're going to ever get better again. Now, I know it's going to take time, but I am physically and mentally running out of patience with this football program. And it's running out very, very fast. I got nothing else to say. Like, this team is just putrid. Now, I get it. Most of these players are from the Harsin era. I get it. But again, if you're playing against somebody like New Mexico State and you know you're damn well and cocksucking determined to win, you better damn win. We can't really joke about Alabama losing to the ULM anymore. We can't do that. Well, technically, they lost to a really bad ULM team that year. I think they were 5-6 going into that game or whatever it was. But this New Mexico State team was legit. This New Mexico State team would have probably beaten the brakes off that ULM team from 2007. But in my opinion, we can't really joke about that no more because now they're going to say, oh, but did you lose to New Mexico State? I have had enough of waiting for a decent Auburn football team to show up and actually compete for an SEC championship. Until that day comes, on this channel alone, I will no longer be making any football videos. I can't do it. I just cannot do it. Week in and week out, watching this team underperform against competition that we should be beating the brakes off of. I can't wait. I can't handle it no more. I really cannot. Basketball might as well be, my channel might as well be about basketball from now on. We're much better at basketball than we are at football. Hell, the basketball team's so good they probably could beat the football team. But they're doing a good job at it so far. But yeah, until Auburn football gets better again, never again will you ever see any football content of Auburn football on this channel. I'm sorry if that offends you in any way, but for me, I've had enough. So get cozy with the decision I've made, because trust me, it's going to be a long time before you see a good Auburn football team ever again.